So I've heard you want to become a reader but have no clue where to start. This video is a gentle beginner's guide to becoming a reader, especially if you've been wanting to start reading but every time you try, you feel distracted, overwhelmed, or just can't get into it. And I get it, because reading is harder than people make it look online. So in this video, we're gonna talk about why reading might feel difficult right now, simple, realistic tips that actually work, and some book recommendations that are fun, easy, and perfect for beginners. This video isn't about reading 100 books a year, turning it into a personality trait, or just for the aesthetic. It's just about finding your way back to stories in a way that feels relaxed, personal, and doable. So if you've been wanting to start reading but don't know where to begin, let's start here. If you don't know me, my name is Tanya. Welcome to my channel. If you love books and reading and you love talking about it, I hope you stick around. The two freebies that I created for you, the November reading tracker and the book bingo card, will be in the description to download, so feel free to grab it. I'm working on some new things for you guys, so I'm so excited to share with you. They'll be coming out soon. Before we get into tips, I want to talk about something most people don't mention. A lot of people don't actually hate reading, they just had a very bad introduction to it. And I think there's three main reasons for this. The first one being that school reading has ruined your relationship with books. For years, you had to read books that you didn't choose and you weren't interested in. You had to analyze every sentence, write essays about it, and memorize symbolism. So now every time you open your book, your brain automatically goes into work mode. You didn't lose your love for reading, you just connected reading to pressure. And now every time you read, you feel like you're being forced to read. The second reason is you picked books that were not right for you. This is a big one because people think that readers will read anything, but that's just simply not true. We read what we like, what we can connect to, what gives us an emotion. And a lot of beginners start with books that are either too slow, too descriptive, too long, or just simply not their taste. And they think, I guess reading is not my thing. But that statement is not true. You just simply haven't found what you like. And the third reason is that your attention span is low, and it's normal, especially in our day and age. If you've been scrolling a lot, which most of us do, your brain is used to the 2-second stimulation. Scrolling for hours on TikTok, on YouTube, on Shorts. Unfortunately, it's done that to us. Which is why books feel slow at first, but the more you read, your brain begins to adapt, and with every page, it gets easier. Now, I know you came here for an answer, so let's talk about what actually helps. Now, these tips aren't light a candle and drink tea, even though those things do help to set the mood. These are practical and simple things that make reading easier and more natural. The first tip is start with a book that is genuinely easy to follow. This is the number one thing that makes or breaks your reading habit, trust me. Pick a book that has simple writing, a clear plot, pulls you in quickly, has short chapters, and doesn't require full brain power. Your first book shouldn't challenge you, it should carry you, it should capture your attention so well that you can't put it down. Tip number 2 is read when your brain has energy. Reading at the end of a long day is hard. Many people just want to come home, sit on their couch, turn on Netflix, and snack. Especially if that's what you've been doing for the last few years. So try reading in the morning, while you drink your coffee, maybe in a coffee shop, or on a bus on your way to work. Choose a moment where your mind is naturally quieter. When you feel more relaxed, that way you can focus and not get distracted. Tip number 3 is use a 20-page rule. Give a book 20 pages, or you can do chapters. Do 3 to 5 chapters depending how long they are. If it's not clicking with you by then, if you haven't connected to the book, put it down. No judgment, no guilt. Readers that read a lot, they don't push through every book. If they don't like it, they put it down and move on. I used to have this problem. I used to want to read every single book I bought because I'm like, okay, I spent money on it, I might as well read it. But that made me lose the joy for books. At one point, I fell into a reading slump for months until I realized that every book isn't for every reader, and sometimes I just have to let it go, put it down, or maybe maybe just set it aside and try it again in a few months. Tip number 4 is make reading visible. I'm not saying go in public and read in front of a bunch of people. That's not what I mean. A book you can see is a book you'll pick up. Trust me. Try leaving it open on your bed, keeping it on your nightstand, keeping it with you in your bag. Maybe even downloading an ebook on your phone so you have it at all times. Your environment should remind you to read without forcing it on you. We can all agree that it's very easy to grab your phone, lay down, and scroll. Your phone is with you all the time, and your book isn't. So when you place a book somewhere you can see, it's gonna work as a reminder for you that you don't have to spend the next 2 hours pointlessly scrolling. Instead, you can read and escape into this world. Tip number 5 is find a book with short chapters. They are your best friend. Short chapters give your brain a sense of progress. Every few minutes, you feel like you're accomplishing something. The small win feeling keeps you reading. And the shorter the chapters, the easier it is for you to go into the next one. You're gonna just keep flipping and flipping until you don't realize that 3 hours have passed and you've been reading all this time. Tip number 6 is let your attention span be messy. You will reread sentences, you will lose your focus, you will grab your phone at first, and then slowly reading becomes easier. Your brain just needs practice, and there's no shame in that. And tip number 7 is pick a genre you actually enjoy. Not what smart readers or aesthetic readers read, not the top trending books on Book Talk, what you like. Romance, thrillers, cozy stories, short books, it all counts. But in order to figure that out, you have to experiment, see what you like, see what stories you get lost in. Your taste is valid, remember that. If you liked a book and half of the Book Talk didn't like it, that doesn't mean you have to change your opinion. So now that I've shared with you the 7 tips that you need to start reading, let me give you 7 book recommendations that are perfect if you're just starting out. In my opinion, they're easy to follow, fast-paced, and honestly a lot of fun. The first one is Falling Like Leaves by Misty Wilson. This is such a cute romance. Simple writing, emotional but without being heavy, it's cozy, and it's the perfect book for this season before all the Christmas recommendations start piling in. It's about a city girl named Ellis who moves into a small town, reconnecting with her first love while they get ready for the fall festival. The second book is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmer. This is also a romance. I know some people didn't like it, but honestly, I thought it was a pretty cute read. It's nothing crazy, nothing special, nothing that will change your life, but it's good. But it does include some spice, so if you're not a fan of that, just skip this one. It's about a woman who inherits a coffee shop in a small town and then she meets a local farmer. Yeah. Third book is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. Ooh, this one is such a perfect thriller. Literally one of my favorite plot twists. I really like this book. If anyone asks me for a thriller recommendation right now, I would probably give them this one. It's about a college student named Charlie who decides to go back home, and she takes this road trip with a stranger named Josh. But then she begins suspecting that maybe this is all a mistake. She thinks he might be the campus killer. The fourth book is After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is one of the books I read a very long time ago, but I still think about it. I really love the story, and it makes you think about your own relationship. It's about a couple, Lauren and Ryan, who decide to take a year break from their relationship with only one rule. There is no contact whatsoever. It is such a good book. While we're on this author, I also started reading on my phone the book Forever Interrupted, and I really like it. It's about this woman, she's a widow. Her husband named Ben dies in a tragic accident after they just got married. I haven't finished it yet. I do not know how it's gonna end, but I really like it so far. So if you read After I Do and you like it, I think you should give this one a shot. Now the next book is The Inheritance Games. This is addictive, emotional, and really easy to get into. I actually did my reading vlog on it, so if you haven't watched it, you can check it out. It's a series. I've only read the first book, but I really liked it. It's about this girl, her name is Avery, and she inherits billions, unexpectedly, from this man. His name is Tobias Hawthorne, and she's never met him. So it's a really interesting book as she follows these clues and they try to figure out why she got all this money. So yeah. Really good. And the last book is Throne of Glass. Of course I had to include this one. It's about a teenager. Her name is Selena and she's an assassin. She competes to become the king's champion in order to win her freedom. Such a good book. 100% recommend. This was my first fantasy book and I completely loved it. And also it's a series, so if you get hooked on it, you're in for a ride. So there you go. 7 tips to get you started reading and 7 book recommendations so you have no excuse not to start. Becoming a reader isn't about discipline or routines or reading as fast as you can. It's simply about finding the right book at the right time and giving yourself space to enjoy it. You don't need to be perfect, you don't need to read every day, and you don't need to finish books you're not enjoying. You just need to find one story that reminds you why reading feels so good. And once you find that, everything changes. So if you've been waiting for your sign to start reading, this is it. Pick up a book today, even if you read 1 chapter. Just do it. And now I'm completely losing my voice and construction has started, so I better finish this off. So if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's a free way to help my channel grow and expand our little community. I hope this video helped, and if you stayed this long, drop your own book recommendations in the comments and any tips you have for new readers. Let's inspire one another to read more. Thank you for watching and I'll see you soon.